Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to a brand new video here with me, Kieran. We are doing, as you can see by the title, another custom tactics video. I wanted to make this a series. I really enjoyed doing the first one. We did #Harry there. It went really well. So if you guys haven't checked that out, you can go and watch that after this one. But I'm doing probably the most anticipated one here. Not because of his FIFA ability, just because of the meme potential. We are going to be doing Krasi today.
Man, I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear!
There's not much else to say. I used to watch this guy a little bit. I wasn't really a big fan of him there. He did have that whole like no loss glitch scandal a few years ago. I know #Harry and Griller and a few other people were involved in that. But yeah, that was a bit of a strange thing. But that's the only thing of note he's really done recently. I haven't been paying attention to him until he's blown up again recently as a meme. But yeah, we are going to be using his custom tactics here. So I'm going to start off by showing you the team that we are going to be using. And it's not that similar to the team that I used to use quite earlier in the year. We're giving Sol Campbell his debut. We got him in the icon player pick during my last stream, so go and check that out maybe as well. That was quite fun. But yeah, we keep staking in goals. The Nessie at right back. They're ones we just always use. The defence never changes, whatever team we use. Roy Keane in there as well. We're bringing back Felix, though. That is a big one. And of course, Red Messi too. Isaac, some of you call him, is in there. As well, and we're going to go to him now because Neuhaus is having his debut. Florian Neuhaus, I'm going to be using him for the first time. I got him from a party bag SBC. And Del Piero is back in the fold as well. He's back in my main team. He'd been out of favour for a little while, but he's back now. You can see that Red Messi there. People complain I don't use him enough, so we'll see some of him today. But here are the tactics. I'm just going to set them now. I'm going to set it on my defensive. It's pressure on heavy touch. It's 5-5, which isn't too negative. I don't mind that. And then offensively, we're going to play long ball and just like a normal width. Normal amount of people in the box or whatever, so they're not too defensive. I expected Krasi, because he takes it quite seriously rather than fun, to go with a really kind of negative drop back kind of tactic, but it's in the 4-2-3-1, which I used earlier in the year, but I'm not really that much of a fan of it. But of course we are going to go with it because that is the tactic. Getting behind on Isaac, pretty standard there. There's a lot of aggressive interception. You see Messi's on stay forward. I played him in the middle because that's where he's most influential, which is a bit strange. Stay back while attacking, all usual. But this is a bit that was weird. The CDMs are on aggressive interceptions and they don't stay back. They're on balance, so they're meant to get forward, and they're on man mark, which I've actually never used before. I didn't know if it was going to work or not. Of course, I'll show you if it did work later. I put some people on the free kicks and stuff because for some reason I put to stay good on all of my set pieces, which isn't exactly good for me, is it? But yeah, our first chance to use the team here, we came up against quite an interesting team. He had that Dybala that, if you watched the last episode, you know he always scores against me. Neymar is just pretty standard. That Leroy Fair we do end up seeing quite a lot. He was a good card. This is before he got upgraded, just keep that in mind. So yeah, this was like... This week, in case you didn't know, we're going to go 1-0 up here. You see, Del Piero did a little setup touch there and really well, but I'm just trying to say when this was. This was basically like the second week of What If, like the end of the What If promo that I did this. But yeah, that's just so you have a bit of context there. And then he plays some nice play here. This is something that I think this is my main kind of setback as a FIFA player, is my passing. A lot of the time it is just EA do stupid stuff, but sometimes I do panic and just press X when I shouldn't. And also getting caught on the counter, and see, we managed to deal with it there, but everyone gets caught on the counter this game. It is something that happens quite a lot, but I just need to work on my player switching, as you've seen there. We get saved by Yuri in the end here. He did a really, really good job, and then Staker managed to gather, but this guy kept pressing, and we all know Dybala had to score at some point because he always scores against me, and he got played in here. I tried to get over with Campbell, and that was just poor defending. When I look back at that, that is just poor defending there. That's not good for me at all. But we did carry on having chances. Messi got a decent one there. I probably should have knocked that across rather than shooting. With Messi, I do think I can get overconfident sometimes and just shoot when it's not actually the best option. But yeah, he did some lovely footwork there. It deserved a goal, I'll be honest with you. I probably should have tackled him, but when you get that far with some footwork, you probably deserve a goal. But yeah, we did carry on creating. You see this one across here? I did shoot with Isaac. I know another player was on, but Isaac does tend to score him quite a lot, especially with a 5-star weak foot. You don't know how he's going to hit it. But yeah, we did play some nice football. We didn't start well, but we kind of grew into this game, and we did pull it back to 2-2, which was massive for us. And Isaac, you can see, was at the centre of it. Oh, and this is such a chance. Like, how can an icon be missing that? It was such a good ball. Maybe I could have brought it down. I don't know if I would have been tackled if I brought it down, if the goalkeeper would have got there. But yeah, there's no stopping that. The only thing I maybe could have done to stop that goal is just maybe dragging Jimenez over and having an auto defend against Campbell. But yeah, we had 8 shots on target. He had 7, and we unfortunately lost that one 3-2. And then we came up against a really strange team. He didn't really have a solid midfield. It was just all attacking, not exactly very mobile either. So I thought maybe we could win this one. And again, we started off the better side. We had some chances. Isaac there took an extra touch. I can't remember if that was me or if that was the game being a bit delayed. But yeah, he did go 1-0 up there. That was quite a lucky goal with Dalot. It's a brilliant finish, but he did just bounce around a bit too much. And that, of course, is a theme every week. It happens for everyone. That's not just me. And you've got to try and stop it before it gets into that position as much as you can. But yeah, ter Stegen then, after that goal, it kind of changed. He was on form. He got another goal with Dalot, and Dalot was just pretty amazing in this game. I tried to track that Aouar. Everyone knows Aouar's amazing, but I should, again, the other thing I've got to work on, I said this last week, moving the keeper a bit better, because you can see he did it quite well there, and I did create chances, but it was just a little too late. Isaac hitting the post again. He is just amazing. I know you haven't actually seen his full scoring potential yet, but he is amazing. If any of you watch the screens, you'll know that there. And see there, he's just put one near post, no problem at all. And that was the only thing that really was holding me in this game. Isaac is someone that can play solo striker. I remember last time I tried this. That's a stupid goal there, by the way. But last time I tried this, I think I put Messi up front as a solo striker, and that just didn't really work. So yeah, I thought I'd try something different today. But then he got in with Aouar again. We just kept getting caught on the counter. And what can you do about that? I'm not even controlling the guy, and he's rugby tackled him. So it wasn't really, like, it is a penalty, but there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm not really sure how to react to that, what to say about it, really. But yeah, he smacked that right in the corner. There's no saving that, even if you dive the right way. But then Isaac came forward again, and he moved the keeper, and I fell for it. I shot way too early. Even if he was going to move the keeper, I should have run forward, even if I didn't know that. Like, that's a decent goal from Isaac there, but I should have got closer, because the keeper wasn't exactly going to come out, was he? But we went 0-2, and to think that we lost just 4 games in the whole of the last one, we were already 0-2. It wasn't looking good, so I thought maybe I needed to intervene a bit. I thought we'd change formation. Messi wasn't really doing it for me again. I'm sorry for all the Messi lovers out there, but we changed formation. I thought I'd bring in Red Salah. I've never actually started a game with him, and I thought it'd be really good if I did. So yeah, we brought him. You can see we brought in Krasi'S as well. We brought in some red players, which is good. And I thought I'd try out that storyline Dembele, but it didn't go well. We kind of improved because we only lost on penalties, but we went 0-3 now. And you can see there, I just put a save in. That is why we lost. Hradecky was just amazing that game. He had headlines Hradecky, and he was amazing. But yeah, another decent team here. Kappa and Fofana is pretty decent. The right hand side was a bit weak though with it's normal Latau and normal Gelson, and we did go 1-0 up here. You can see we played it into Isaac. He scored easy as you like, and he does do that quite a lot, and I love it. And Del Piero as well. Del Piero has really started to come into his own recently. I think he just fits the formation I'm playing better, playing as a solo cam instead of playing in lots of cams. Or, well, in this formation, he was playing on the left, but in my normal team, he's really come into his own, and I've kind of translated that form, which is good, I guess. But yeah, we got a 4-0 win, and maybe the tactical change was worth it. We're still, remember, 1-3, and we only lost 4 games in the whole of the week before. But maybe things were starting to look up here, and obviously, you guys are watching this because you might want to see about the problems and stuff, but you see we just won a game 6-1 there. And then we had this in our next game. It just froze. Puskas got through, and we ended up losing 5-4 because of that. So see, it wasn't going very well at all. But then we did pick up a 1-0 win, a 3-0 win. So it started going a bit better, and of course I'll show you the games that go really, really well. We got back to 4-4. We kind of clawed our way back there to at least even. That is what I used to aim for in Weekly League. I used to aim for as many games as I win, I lose. If I'm going for goal 3 now, I just try and get quite a healthy lead before I start losing games, but obviously that didn't happen this week. It went the complete opposite, and we did play some very, very nice players. You can see he scored a good goal there. And one of the main issues here is my centre mids were non-existent completely. My CDMs, they just weren't in the games at all. I think it was the aggressive interceptions meant they just pushed forward too quickly. And yeah, you can actually see Roy Keane score a goal here, by the way. But they were non-existent completely. They were one-man mark, and they were never standing near anyone. It didn't really make sense to me what they were doing. I didn't personally like that. Aggressive interceptions all over the pitch as well. Players just end up out of position. It doesn't really work. I was not a fan of that whatsoever. You guys might know why he does that. You might understand it a bit more than me. It might be the kind of players he uses. Maybe it's their stamina or their aggression that makes them a bit better at it. That was a really weak penalty there, but that was just to seal the deal. We were 2-1 up. We started tightening up a bit at the back here as well. I don't really know how when we were playing the same back 4. I think maybe I got a bit more familiar with using Sol Campbell because, of course, this was the first time I used him and stuff like that. But we had to give Isaac the goal. He won the penalty. You got to let him take it. And you can see what I did there. I just smacked it over the whole goal because I am useless at penalties, and that was kind of a free one because the game was already won. It was 2-1, and we were having a penalty right at the end of time. But that got us up to 5 wins, and we had more wins than losses for the first time. And yeah, we got a few rage quits as well along the way. There's not really any point in me showing those because it's literally just scoring goals against people that just run forward and can't defend. But it's the types of games that I think are more important that I show you. But yeah, then we lost the game 5-5, 4-3 on penalties, and then 5-5, 4-2 on penalties. We led both of them 5-3 in extra time as well. So that was quite heartbreaking. Too heartbreaking for me to show you, but then we got our form back a little bit. And then we lost 3-0 to someone who supported Tottenham, which wasn't good. at all. But we've got another game that we're going to go a little bit more in depth in here. He had a strange defence, I'll be honest with you. He had Felipe, and he had Leno, who off chem. Like, Leno on chem isn't bad. Felipe's just a bit questionable. And, of course, Joe Gomez is just Joe Gomez, isn't he? Even if he's off chem, still pretty good. The midfield as well, a little bit weak. There's not really a strong CDM in there. There's two kind of, like, deep-line playmakers. Well, deep-line playmaker in Modric, a kind of similar stats player, but plays a little bit further forward. In Gundogan, of course, Bergkamp isn't exactly going to defend, is he? So it's a very, very attacking team. And you can see his defenders weren't the best. But that was just beautiful tiki-taka there. That was prime Spain. That was just pretty amazing. And Carrasco actually got on the score sheet. He didn't do that too much, but cutting inside with him, getting a little curve on it, was quite nice. And I said I wasn't going to show too many of these games, but I don't think this guy defended badly. I just think we dismantled him, so I thought I'd just show you that pretty quickly. And yeah, we were doing pretty well at this point. We'd actually kind of recovered. We got ourselves into a good position. Of course, there's a lot of worry when you've gone 1-3 in your first few games. But there you go, we got up to 8 wins there, meaning we only needed 6 more to be done. And then we won 3-2. We got on a little bit of a streak now. We started getting into our rhythm. I started getting more familiar with the team. And I think that might be one of the main differences between this team and the one that I did with Harry. And he played 4-3-1-2, which is what I normally play. So I think maybe if I'm more used to it, that was kind of part of the issue. Maybe makes it a bit of an unfair experiment, you know, but it's my personal preferences, and you guys might have different preferences. You might really like this, you might dislike it same as me, but this had a bit of an interesting back line. Todibo and Kamara, perfect link, was quite nice, and then on the other side it was pretty generic. Nick Pope in goal. Again, it's a solo CDM, he's using Socrates. It's quite an interesting team, and I'm liking that the teams are actually starting to get a little bit more varied now. There's still a lot of Varane and Mendy, still a lot of Joe Gomez, but people are starting to use a few different players, which is decent. You see Carrasco here just doing bits, and he smacked it in the top corner. That should have been saved, I think, personally, but you can see Carrasco can do bits. He had a hunter on him, which was pretty helpful. And yeah, and then he just did this from kick-off with Socrates, and he almost scored. I got hit by that quite a lot this week. There was a few, I don't think it's in the games I've shown you, but I got hit from kick-off. But then, yeah, we hit him back after he almost scored from kick-off. It's a quick-fire double, made it 2-0, but he didn't leave, okay? He wasn't leaving. He got up the other end with Kane. A Rule Breakers Kane is a card that I'd actually really like to use. I do like the look of him, although maybe his like weak foot and stuff like that isn't the best of his skills. He almost scored a comedic own goal. But unfortunately for us, it didn't go in. Someone got flattened there, but you can just see it got a bit better. Like, Isaac, that's a great finish. I think the keeper should do better, but you can just see Isaac there. The weak foot coming into play, the volleys, all of the good stats like that. He got one back as well. This game was chaotic for goals, and that's what you want to see. You want to see a goal fest, don't you? I mean, it might not be the best for winning games, but it is fun at least. And I can say, when I've been doing these videos, Weekend League it hasn't been fun, but it's been more fun, okay? There's a difference between more fun and actually being fun. It still wasn't that enjoyable. There's still a lot of people take it seriously. There's still some broken mechanics, but it was a bit better. And Isaac got another one there. I was aiming for him with the cross originally. I don't know why it switched to Del Piero. And switching, again, something I'd like to improve at. I'm not really sure how I can, but Isaac on fire again here. You can see him in full flow. I said you'd see him on full flow, and off he goes. And here is David off the bench. Brilliant last week, you'll remember. Just getting goals at the end when we needed them. We played him in here, and you know what? I thought I'd give Isaac another goal, because why not? He does deserve it. This man's got insane stats for me. He scored more goals per game than Messi, than João Felix, and a lot of them. It might be something to do with being a solo striker, but then when he's been playing in a 2 up front, with Bakambu, my normal team, he's been really good as well. And there's just goals like that. That's a stupid kick-off goal that I can't really do anything about. But you see we were 6-4 up. It's quite, like, it's a decent lead. A 2-goal lead can be a dangerous one according to Alan Smith, but you never know, do you? You never know. And yeah, stuff like this can happen as well. We had a good little touch there, and he booted it right up the other end. And this is why you know you're never safe. Let's see, he cuts inside, but Zanetti did get there. And it's just stuff like that. It can be quite annoying, it can be quite scary, but the fact that someone can just get into a game that quickly. And you see the Dembele here involved there as well. He was such an underappreciated player in his sides. The amount of times he won the ball back, he scored goals, he got assists. He's actually really, really good all round. I thought he'd be average, like I thought he'd be usable, but not particularly amazing. He was amazing. He was so good. And yeah, I seriously would have recommended him. I don't think it's this season. I think it was last season. If he's still in the things, let me know. If he's still in the thing this season, then definitely get him, but I can't remember. But that got us up to 11 wins, which meant we only needed 3 more. We had a little bit of a run. We still got a few losses, of course, but we did start picking up wins. And you can just see here, when it loads, we've got another 3-1 win there, another rage quit. On 71 minutes, 3-1. I wouldn't quit. I personally wait until the end for rival points. That's one of the reasons I don't quit. One, because I want to see like how it ends up. Playing the full game with his team, and also because I want the rivals points. But yeah, that got us 1 win off, and then we lost 5-2. We were 1 win off being done, and we lost 5-2 there to Jay Morris or whatever he's called. And you see there we lost 7-3. I think that guy had like informed Neymar or something like that, but we did struggle in a few games. I've seen a lot of people using Puskas, and that has been really, really hard to play against. One of the best cards in the game, I'd say. But yeah, then we finally did get that win against Dobby Malfoy. I remember, I'm not showing you these games because they were quite a lot of like me scoring goals in quick succession and just not holding the ball, but the game just kind of went to a lull, if that makes sense. It just kind of died off a bit and nothing really happened. But yeah, that is how we finished. We went 14 and something. I can't even remember what we went, but it wasn't as good. I'll get the graphic on screen for you now. I'll put it in the top corner up there to tell you how we went. I know it wasn't as good as Harry. When I've done a few more of these, I will have like a league table for you to look at. I'll base it on how I did, but also how fun it was. I think it's good to have that as well, because I do think that it's important that people do have fun while playing FIFA. People don't a lot of the time when I think they could. So that's an important thing to me. Next up, it won't be next week. This video will be out in about 2 weeks, but we're going to do F2 Tex. He's just dropped another tactics video today, so I might be trying that out as my next one. Unfortunately, it looks like another 4-2-3-1, but we're avoiding the 5-back as long as possible, okay? I don't want to play a 5-back, even though I've got so many stupidly good La Liga defenders. I'm going to avoid the 5-back as long as possible. I'm just thinking, I've got Varane, of course, I'm never going to use. I've got Idu, I've got Kunda, I've got Sol Campbell, I've got Jimenez. I've got so many options. I could just build a team of centre-backs, really, couldn't I? It might go okay, but yeah, that is going to be what we're doing next. So let me know if you want to see that. Let me know if you enjoyed this one. Let me know if you've ever tried Krasi'S tactics or anything like that. Let me know what you think of him. Let me know what you think of all the tactics. But yeah, this has been quite a chill video. It hasn't really been too formal. I've just kind of been here talking about FIFA, talking about general stuff, and I hope you've enjoyed this kind of format, because I do like it and I would like to carry it on. But that's going to be all from me, guys. Best of luck with your weekend league as well, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.